Hello and welcome to this channel. My name is Mary Amondo, in charge of training and career advisory services here at Corporate Staffing. And today we are discussing about leadership and management skills and how best you can be able to start preparing yourself for that leadership role you're aspiring to get into today. I'm joined by one of our leadership skills trainer who will be helping me to expound more on this discussion. Thank you so much, Godfrey, for joining me.
Thank you, Mary. Always a pleasure to be on this channel.
Great. I know leadership, being a course, is one of the key areas that you're very passionate about. And today we are just discussing how best can I prepare for that leadership role, starting today. Yes.
Great. A pleasure to talk about leadership and management because every professional out there aspires to grow their career and basically aiming at management and leadership. Yes.
So you can start us off by, first of all, telling us, are leaders born or made? Because this is an area that most people wonder whether they are just naturally born leaders or they can actually be made to become good leaders.
Very true, Mary. Indeed, many professionals either consider themselves as not cut out for management positions, not something that they would want to get into, because they assume that those who take such positions are naturally gifted and they deserve it. However, I would say it is both. There are those who have been born in environments where they interact with the management, leadership aspects. For example, someone born in a family where parents are managers or leaders, they get nurtured naturally, so they will be assumed to have been born leaders. However, it's also a skill that everyone can learn. So this being a skill, therefore, it means several things one can do intentionally to prepare themselves into management or leadership roles. Of course, the first thing, we are looking at the journey of leadership, and it has 5 stages. So I'll talk about the first stage, which is leading without a title. And basically at this stage, you do not have any managerial role at the moment. So how will you stand out? One is to ensure that you are effective in your role, in your job roles. That is making sure that your performance is as per the expectations. Of course, it will also mean that you begin to cultivate relationships around you and paying attention to what is expected of you and do it well. So of course, you're going to stand out courtesy of your results, courtesy of the networks you're cultivating around yourself, and of course, focusing on things that matter within the environment or within the organization. For example, focusing a lot more on bringing about efficiency, solutions, cutting costs, things that every organization is struggling with out there. Of course, people who are not aware of this, they will believe that they will work so hard until someone notices them. Sad reality is that you will do so much and then someone else will take that credit and then run with it. So you are left blaming yourself or assuming that, oh, people have godfathers or people have favorites in the organization, but it's you who is doing the injustice to your career. Yes. So it is something that one can cultivate and prepare themselves to get into management.
Great.
Yes.
Having mentioned it's actually a skill that someone can learn and be good at it, how can one start developing their leadership skills just within the current roles that they are holding?
Great. When you look at leadership and management, first you need to understand what are the different dynamics that you're dealing with. Because on one hand, you have the organization, of course, the objectives, the strategic plans and all that. On the other hand, you've got the employees or the people that you're going to manage or to lead, and any other factors that could be involved in the production or in the operational issues of the organization. Therefore, the first thing as a manager aspiring to be a leader, or any professional aspiring to get to the next level, is to understand how to balance between the needs of the company, the business, and also the concerns of the employees, because leadership is about people.
Great. Tell me more about the course now, the one that we offer here at Corporate Staffing Services. What should one expect when they sign up?
Thank you, Mary. Yes, indeed, we are running one of the most, I would say, the most progressive, very practical course, because if you look at the journey, as I mentioned earlier, we are looking at the whole cycle of leadership and management. So here we're beginning by looking at before you become a manager or you are new in management, so how should you handle yourself? And as I said also, leadership is about people. So how do they perceive you? So it begins with how do you handle the transition into leadership? And of course that comes with how do you carry yourself around, because people will perceive you depending on the things you say, how you say them, what you do, and how you do it. So of course it's good to be intentional on how you carry yourself. That's about managing yourself. And this also means being able to cultivate relationships around you. And of course it's around you 360. Both your juniors, your colleagues, and also someone who is above you, your line manager in this case. So how do you manage these different stakeholders around you? And of course, it's only after that that you can now begin to extend on how do I manage the different individuals I'm working with their diverse beliefs, personalities, and who they are. So how do I ensure that I work with them effectively in terms of delegation, for example? So the course covers all this in detail with very practical examples, and we also get to do a lot of discussion, case study reviews, being very practical. So of course, if you look at it, we are graduating from managing yourself to managing others, managing juniors. Then how do you build a team to make sure that these different individuals are now working as a team? Because you can have people working with you, but they're only effective when you're around. When you're not there, they're not talking to each other. So you basically do not have what you can call a team. And that means even empowering them becomes a problem, because they are selfish, the competition amongst themselves, and many other things that could come up within a team. So of course, ultimately, at the end of it all, we all aspire to be at the helm of the department, the organization. So anyone who is a HOD out there, or you are aspiring, a CEO, an MD, a director, so we are looking at the apex. How do you manage different teams, perhaps with different objectives, put together now as a department, as an organization, as a business? So at this point, we are focusing a lot more on the strategy. How is it, how do you come up with a strategy, be it the strategic plan or just the normal KPIs that you're working towards? And there's need for anyone in that position to understand the different stakeholders that you're working with. So stakeholder mapping, stakeholder management, and just understanding the different interests that every stakeholder has at that point. So if you look at this whole journey, it's quite wholesome, quite holistic. It's one of the most practical courses that we do offer, and anyone watching us, you're missing if you don't join us.
Indeed, it's open for all professionals, even those who are aspiring to get into leadership.
Exactly.
Great.
For the courses, for the previous cohorts we've had people from the non-profit space, from government, from private sector. So basically, any space where we have management, leadership, then this is a course for you.
Great.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you.
Indeed, if you're looking to take up the new roles, get promotions, get to the next level in your career, leadership and management becomes a very key skill set for you to build your capacity or hone your skills on. And this is where we come in handy as corporate staffing services. Being one of the key courses that we offer here at Corporate Staffing, we endeavor to walk with you that journey just to ensure that we prepare you as an effective future leader in whichever organization that you are working with. The link below will give you more details with regards to our next upcoming class, and we look forward to having you join many professionals who have already signed up for the course. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.